Have you ever wondered where modern ideas about democracy, ethics, science, and logic come from? Many of the foundations of modern thought can be traced back to ancient Greece. Greek philosophers like Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle didn't just shape their own time. Their ideas continue to influence our world today. From how we think, govern, and seek knowledge, Greek philosophy is still everywhere. In this video, we'll explore how Greek philosophy shaped modern democracy, how it influenced science, ethics, and logic, and why its teachings still matter today. Let's dive in. Today, most people believe in democracy, the idea that governments should represent the people. It seems like such a natural idea, doesn't it? But it wasn't always this way. The very notion that everyday citizens should have a say in their governance was once a radical, even dangerous idea. It came from ancient Greece over 2,500 years ago. Imagine that, a concept born millennia ago still shaping the world we live in today. In 5th century BCE Athens, they were experimenting with a new system where citizens voted on laws and policies. This was direct democracy, where every free male citizen had a say. Now I know what you're thinking. It wasn't perfect. Women and slaves were excluded, a glaring flaw in their version of democracy. But remember, this was a time when kings and tyrants ruled, so the very notion that regular people could have a voice was revolutionary. Think about the impact this has had. The idea of elected leaders came from this Greek model. The US Constitution, the bedrock of American democracy, and many Western governments were influenced by these Greek democratic principles. Even the word democracy itself comes from the Greek words demos, people, and kratos, power. The very language we use to describe our systems of government is rooted in ancient Greek thought. The lesson here is powerful. Greek philosophy teaches us that governments must be accountable to the people. It's a simple idea, but one that has resonated through the ages. It's a reminder that power should ultimately reside with the people, and that governments derive their just powers from the consent of the governed. Now let's talk about Socrates. This wasn't just any philosopher. Socrates was a rebel, a true disruptor in the world of ideas. He didn't just want you to accept things at face value. He wanted you to think, to question, to challenge the status quo. And how did he do this? Through the power of questions. Instead of giving answers, Socrates asked endless questions. He challenged beliefs, questioned authority, and constantly sought deeper truths. This wasn't just about being difficult. It was about pushing people to think critically, to examine their own assumptions, and to arrive at a more profound understanding of the world. This questioning method, now known as the Socratic method, became the foundation of modern critical thinking. It's a method that's as relevant today as it was centuries ago. Think about it. Lawyers and debaters use the Socratic method to break down arguments, to expose flaws in logic, and to get to the heart of a matter. Scientific research, the very engine of human progress, is built on questioning existing ideas, testing hypotheses, and constantly seeking new knowledge. And schools and universities around the world encourage critical thinking because of Socrates. The takeaway here is timeless. Always question, analyze, and seek the truth, just like Socrates. Don't accept things blindly. Challenge assumptions, engage in thoughtful debate, and never stop learning. From the provocative mind of Socrates, we move to his student Plato, a philosopher who dared to dream big, especially when it came to justice, morality, and the ideal society. Plato wasn't content with the world as it was. He envisioned a better world, a just world, and he outlined his vision in his most famous work, The Republic. In The Republic, Plato describes an ideal society ruled by wise philosopher kings. Imagine that. A society led by those who possessed wisdom and intellect, who governed with justice and fairness. Plato believed that true justice wasn't about power, but about balance and fairness, about creating a society where everyone had their rightful place and could thrive. Now, you might be thinking, philosopher kings, is that even realistic? And you know what? That's the point. Plato's Republic wasn't meant to be a blueprint but a starting point for a conversation about justice, about the kind of society we want to create, and the influence of the Republic is undeniable. Ideas from this work have influenced modern governments, leadership philosophies, and even utopian visions. Many ethical theories in business, law, and politics stem from Plato's thinking. His ideas have shaped our understanding of what it means to be a just and ethical society. The lesson for today is this: true leadership is about wisdom, not just power. It's about governing with justice and fairness, about putting the needs of the people first. It's a lofty goal, but one worth striving for. Now let's talk about Aristotle, a student of Plato and a towering figure in the history of thought. Aristotle wasn't just a philosopher, he was one of history's first scientists, a polymath who explored everything from biology and physics to ethics and logic. He was insatiably curious about the world around him, and he believed that knowledge should come from observation and reasoning. Aristotle taught that we should trust our senses, observe the natural world, and draw conclusions based on evidence. He developed a systematic approach to inquiry, a way of understanding the world through observation, experimentation, and logical deduction. This scientific method, pioneered by Aristotle, became the foundation for modern science. His impact on the world is immeasurable. His writings influenced astronomy, medicine, and psychology. He laid the groundwork for fields of study that wouldn't fully blossom for centuries. Even today, modern scientific research is based on Aristotle's logical system. The way we formulate hypotheses, test them, and draw conclusions, it all traces back to Aristotle. The takeaway here is simple but profound. True knowledge comes from both experience and deep thinking. It's about observing the world around us, asking questions, and using our reason to understand the underlying principles that govern the universe. And finally, let's talk about the Stoics, a school of philosophy that emerged in ancient Greece and continues to resonate with people today. The Stoics, figures like Epictetus, Seneca, and Marcus Aurelius, taught lessons that are as relevant now as they were centuries ago. They offered a way of living, a philosophy for navigating the ups and downs of life with resilience, wisdom, and inner peace. At the heart of Stoicism is the idea that we should control what we can and accept what we cannot. Life is full of challenges, setbacks, and things we can't control. The Stoics taught that true happiness and fulfillment come from focusing on what we can control: our thoughts, our reactions, our responses to the world around us. They believed that happiness comes from wisdom, not wealth or external circumstances. True happiness, according to the Stoics, is an inner state, a state of mind. It's about living in accordance with nature, accepting what life throws our way and focusing on what truly matters: virtue, wisdom, and living a life of purpose. The Stoics also emphasize the power of our thoughts. Your thoughts shape your reality, they argued. If you focus on negative thoughts, you'll experience more negativity. But if you cultivate positive and rational thoughts, you'll live a more fulfilling and meaningful life. And you know what? Their ideas are more popular than ever. Modern self-help books and therapy borrow heavily from Stoicism. Successful entrepreneurs, athletes, and leaders use Stoic principles to stay calm under pressure, to focus on what they can control, and to live with a sense of purpose. The lesson for today is this: if you control your mind, you control your life. It's about mastering your thoughts, your emotions, and your reactions to the world around you. It's about living with wisdom, resilience, and a deep sense of inner peace. From democracy to science, ethics to self-improvement, Greek philosophy isn't just ancient history, it's alive in modern thought. These thinkers, these pioneers of ideas, have left an indelible mark on civilization, shaping the way we think, govern ourselves, and understand the universe. Their ideas continue to inspire, challenge, and guide us on our own journeys of intellectual exploration and self-discovery. So, as you reflect on the ideas we've explored today, I have a question for you. Which Greek philosopher inspires you the most? Whose ideas resonate with you on a deeper level? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you love deep wisdom and motivation, Hit that like button and subscribe to your motivation source for more thought-provoking content. Don't forget to ring that notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.